This is a manga pilot. Something you can recognize with or without the color. Simple, yet intricate and irresistible. Black and white used to bring script to life. Enhanced by vivid colors and easily consumable via animation. However, something's missing. Yo, I've been playing Storm, an anime game, for 13 years, and they went from the shitty little web games to the fully fledged immersive console experiences. And after revisiting the first Storm that released in 2008, it was clear as fuck that shit was ahead of its time. Despite these games adding their own spin at times, they do leave the player with a feeling that they weren't prepared for. Whether it be from the fucking soundtrack, the visuals, the difficulty, or the pure nostalgia. Unfortunately though, people do forget these adaptations. Think about the fights in anime that even your Make-A-Wish incest teammate on any team this game could name.
Are you fucking kidding?
Naruto vs Sasuke, Goku vs Frieza, Naruto vs Sasuke, Menase versus the whole female Babble cast, Ichigo vs Aizen. Oh, and did I have mentioned Naruto vs Sasuke? I would have mentioned the One Piece fight with nobody making it past episode 10. I don't mean to be doing MW2 ladder falls on it,
Dipped in another sip, then somebody said to me,
but those are some of the fights that gave the show its notoriety and still appeal to their respective fan base this day. So it does make sense for game developers to put more fucking detailed, budget, accurate story, all that bullshit. But what about some of the Giga Chad fights that no one talks about? Like when Kakashi slid down on the homie Itachi, pause. When Rock Lee for 2 episodes out of 700 something like them, fuck. When Sasuke pulled up in the Chunin exams, hit the homie Gaara with the new Chidori, got shit on. The list does go on. It did add some of these fights in the same way 97% of the game was executed. A regular ass arena fighter where my cousin used to beat the shit out of him. You would have access to a variety of ultimate jutsu that you could only fully execute after winning a button mass against the other player. And you'd also have 2 or 6 characters that in my case jump in and miss all of their abilities. But what about the 4% of fights where everything that I just mentioned gets taken away? Giant battles. The magnum opus of the Storm series, engaging arena set pieces, mesmerizing soundtrack, and the player being uncertain on what the game has in store for them. This isn't an environment where you should constantly tracker dash headfirst into their opponent and nonsensically spam the attack button. This is the only chance in these games where you get to dissolve into the story and feel immersed. These giant battles and cutscenes used to give me goosebumps when I was 6, and even now, this game still has me smiling as a grown-ass nit. You'd always know when you're about to get into one of these battles as the game would communicate it on the mission tab. Despite the heads up, players would still be surprised at the sheer quality and attention to detail.
How should I put this? My first impression is, I hate you all. As of now, I love you all.
For this section of the video, it's gonna be about my top 2 favorite fights in Storm 1, and definitely top 5 of any anime game. In the manga, it takes place from chapters 132 to 138, and the anime episodes are... Nobody give a fuck! Naruto finally catches up to Sasuke, who's been fighting Gaara in the forest, but Naruto notices something strange, something completely out of the ordinary. Sasuke is losing. He pulls up and kicks the fuck out of Gaara. Sakura sees that real nigga shit, but then still proceeds to suck Sasuke's dick. Fuck that bitch. But then upon looking into Gaara's eyes for not more than a second, Naruto can already sense a feeling he's been living with his entire life. The feeling of being alone. The desolation and emptiness he himself went through. The hatred he felt towards the village because of the monster inside him. There was no light until he found a group, almost a family, of people that made him feel loved. He even gets to a point of doubting his skills and chances of him winning. He has a lot to lose, but he has to win for his friends. Not only to save his friends, but to also save Gaara from himself. Initially, you're gonna need to learn Shukaku's moveset and be able to dodge his attacks. But the minor phases of this fight are you just getting down his HP bar to set points, which then enables you to perform some of the cleanest quick-time events that the early 2000s had to offer. Elegant enough to be only described as admirable choreography. You hijack his hand, the homie gets tossed up in the sky, and then you gotta do a neat little quick time to regain composure. Then the homie Naruto hits him with the all-reliable. Well, the all-reliable before the all-reliable shoots back down. This doesn't exactly happen in the manga, and the only thing close enough is the barrage when Gaara was still in the process of complete rotation, but I have no qualms with that. This is only the first set of quick time events before the second phase where it gets more faithful to the manga, but still overall an exquisite experience to play to this day. But yeah, you get put back in the arena stage and the sand nigga gave the homie chlamydia. But yeah, that's some more bullshit until you get down to phase 2, and I promise you this is where the fight is at its best. The pace slows down, the music gets louder, more intense, the stakes have been risen, and this is it. Instead of the sand coffin used in the manga, they replaced it with a sand tsunami, which does fit the scene better. He then summons the homie Gamabunto, and what ensues afterwards is nothing short of beauty. Naruto, like a fucking Giga Chad, ascends and stares this nigga down, dodges that weak ass grab, and these last two quick times are definitely my favorite in this entire game. Gaara thinks shit's sweet, but he don't know he fucking with the homie Naruto, a god amongst men. Says fuck that shit. Doesn't give a fuck about that either, fuck that shit, and just pisses all over his face. Fucking chopper. The final fight of this video is Tsunade vs Orochimaru, and once again, the game gives the player a summary of the events that led up to now. This nigga Orochimaru asks Tsunade to heal his arms. She goes, what happened to them? Orochimaru says, nothing much, I just got done killing the third Hokage, who was also our mentor. Not gonna lie, that Death Reaper seal was kinda clean, but we don't fuck with that gay shit. Nigga was trying to take my soul, but he didn't have enough chocolate to kill me, so he only managed to seal my arms, so I couldn't do any more damage to the leaf. But yo, can you let a real nigga slide real quick and help me out? Naruto was busy learning the Rasengan at this point and heard shit was going down, so he had to pull up and get active without getting the chance to complete the technique. This nigga Naruto slides through, shits on Kabuto after whipping out the Rasengan for the first time in one of the most chopper moments in OG Naruto. He was training for days sleepless up to this point, so he collapsed due to low chakra. And a cutscene begins where Tsunade, who's never cared about the Hokages and even ridicules Naruto's dream of becoming one, after seeing his effort, she realizes that the Hokage is someone who gambles everything for the protection of the village. Orochimaru makes fun of her comments of dying to protect Naruto.
Who cares about the Hokage? Only a fool would want that job.
Playing at Hokage. Count me out. It's a fool's game.
Willing to gamble everything to achieve it, even their lives.
From now on, I'm gambling everything too. I'm putting my life on the line.
The Sannin transform, and this is where we end up before the fight starts, where the only condition is to win the battle.
Let's get started, shall we?
As of today, we are Sani no more! Let's fight!
This fight's arena stage has a few differences than the last one. You actually have the ability to summon Katsuyu for quick ninjutsu support with her acid slime, and Gamma Bunta with a swift toe slice, similar to the one from last fight. After damaging Manda consecutively, you're able to run up and beat the shit out of Orochimaru. Yo, but if Tsunade is offering this as a service, I'ma need her to hit my Discord and give me her rates. Low-key. Surprisingly enough, this is the only arena in the game that's interactive and allows you to throw boulders for more chip damage than shurikens. In OG Orochimaru fashion, this nigga spits out snakes that you either gotta be skilled enough to avoid or beat the button mash. Luckily, I purposely get hit by snakes again to show off this mechanic. Eventually, you enter the quick time phase, which is truly the highlight of all Storm Giant fights, as said before. Katsuyu attempts to step to the Sasuke file and we get a little mash event right here. Most naturally, that shit was weak. The homie Manda trying to run down and fuck some. Tsunade already stopped and says, nah, this tactical's pussy. Gamabunta drops in. Not gonna lie, the quick time gave me AIDS. I don't know what the fuck I did there, that was just pure luck. But yeah, I don't know if this is Jiraiya or me on my mixtape, cause the homie started spitting some heat. That's some high IQ shit, cause they mixed it with the Toad Oil technique. I could make a joke right here, but I'm gonna wait a couple more years to shit dive down. Turns out that initial snake was Gucci Mane when he got out of prison in 2016, and the real one's actually right there. This nigga Manda just like me, he's scaring off the hoes. Never mind, you're not like me, this nigga too long. Then Orochimaru thinking shit sweet like Tsunade not coming to beat the shit out of him, and I can only describe the feat she pulls off as what I did on the 200-meter dash in grade 9 PE. If you have arthritis, you gotta refund or some shit, cause it's probably over free right here. She readies her fifth and in a 2-button event. I can't even say the homie anymore. This is just a dumbass nigga. Like, why the fuck would you do some dumb shit like that and not even have any counter attack ready? Sasuke fall gets launched into the ground, and then Tsunade, the 106-centimeter demon, performs one of the most disrespectful Olympian-like landings in anime game history. Then we get the final clean shot of the last two Sanin standing and their summons. Then you pan up into the sky and reminisce on how this nigga just got shit on.
Conditions fulfilled.
Fucking chopper. People are always talking about the adaptation from manga to anime, but no one ever mentions the games that, if executed properly, can give someone an enjoyable experience that complements or even enhances the emotions felt from an anime. Time will tell for these new anime that have all the popularity in the world, but not enough passion for this area of adaptation that was evident in the Storm series. On the same note, I don't think the Storm series could ever get to the point it once was, because companies now are only worried about pushing the same 4 games with add-ons bundled for high prices, instead of forging new experiences like they once did. But just being able to reminisce on what was once an enjoyable experience now and then is enough for me, even if nothing to this caliber, detail, and care gets released.